Nice to meet you. Chi-Chi. I'm Tina.
Tina, you're a doll.
Thank you.
I saw you earlier, but I was afraid to get next to you because you like Versace and I'm like chopped liver.
I can't. I can't. Nice to meet you, Chi-Chi.
I hang with women like that, with you like that. Because we draw all kinds of respect. Not hate, respect.
Welcome to Her Epiphany again. I'm Tina, your host. We're at Smooth Flicks, Baltimore tonight. Let's go in and see what's happening.
This was another house, y'all.
We are here with Kade Young. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing?
You were on a Spinners when I came in.
I was.
What a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. So, how did you get in the industry?
Started playing guitar when I was like 12. Started making music when I was like 18, 19. I started DJing around that time as well. But you know, my pop's also a DJ, so I really was just kind of raised in it.
Okay.
So I've really been into dance music my whole life in some way or another.
So you still playing the guitar?
Not as much these days. Mostly I'm just, producing and that kind of thing.
So it's more a hobby for you?
Yeah.
Do you ever go back to it?
Every now and then, I might have like an idea for a track, and I might pull out the guitar every once in a blue moon.
How'd you get into producing?
I just kind of was able to get a free program from a friend. I just started messing with some beats at the end of high school. Because I was listening to so much music, I wanted to make some beats. And I just took it from there, honestly. Yeah, I just watched YouTube videos, that kind of thing.
So, are you producing other people now?
Not so much. Mostly it's like solo stuff. Every now and then I'll feature somebody. This year I definitely plan to have more vocalists and that type of thing. But yeah, a lot of like sampling and synths and that kind of thing.
How old were you when you started DJing?
I want to say 18.
How old are you now?
27. Yeah.
So it's been a pretty.
It's been a little
time.
while.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you think that you'll be doing this in the next 10 years?
Oh, I'm gonna be doing it forever.
Forever.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's your passion.
It is, definitely. Yeah.
So what type of music do you like DJing on this way?
So usually I spin a lot of house music, like deep house, a lot of Afro house, that type of thing. Also play like a lot of Baltimore club music.
Okay.
So a lot of the music I produce is club music, as well as house music.
So what's your favorite song in Baltimore club music?
Probably Party People by DJ Technics, or Bring in the Cats by Griff. That's a classic song.
I see him a lot on Facebook.
Who, Griff?
Technics.
Oh, Technics. Yeah, he streams a lot on there.
Yeah.
He's dope.
He's cool. Yeah. So is he like a mentor to you? Have you looked up to him?
I wouldn't say exactly mentor. We don't quite have that relationship, but he's dope. Yeah, man. I love him.
So you follow him?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
So, do you have an event coming up soon?
Yeah, so I have a group called Midnight Club, so it's like all Baltimore club music. It's like 5 of us. But we have a monthly party we do at the Crown, which is in Station North. We're actually ending our residency, and our last party is next Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're bringing in artists from Philly, a friend of ours from New York. But yeah, it's gonna be all club music all night. So yeah, that's the next thing I'm playing, and then after that, I think I'm playing so that's the 11th, and then I'm playing on the 15th at the Annex Lounge.
Where's the Annex located?
So that's actually around the corner from the Crown. I can't remember what street it's on, but that kind of Station North sort of area. Yeah, so kind of off of North Avenue. Yeah.
So how'd you like the event tonight?
It was dope.
The crowd was awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the crowd.
It was cool. I've only played here one other time back in like 2020.
Okay.
And that was a good party back then, but this was a feel like it blew it out of the water.
Right.
It was dope. Yeah.
So, how can we reach you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. You can follow me at kade.wav, k.wave on Instagram. Also have a Facebook page, Kade Young on Facebook. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Banquet, all that stuff.
All of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so we'll be looking forward to see you again.
Sure.
And please invite us to any event that you have coming up soon.
Yes, man, for sure.
We'll be ready to support you.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Thank you for your interview
Thanks for
tonight.
having me.
Appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Kade Young, thank you. So you knocked him out tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Had a little fun. It's always
You really
good.
did. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how is it being in the DJ business?
It's fun. It comes with its ups and its downs for the most part. It's a lot of joy. Always good to come out, have fun, and show people my love for the music. Because I typically tell a story, how I play. Because I might have some good times, some bad times, but you would never know. I just come out and have fun.
Right.
I express myself through the music. So, it's always good to come out and have fun.
Okay, so how'd you get connected with this event tonight for the Love of House?
OG Spen. He called me. He was like, Jordan, what are you doing on this date? And I'm like, I'm free. Blah, what's up? They said, okay, cool. Me, Karizma, you, my son, we're playing together. Cool. Are you free? I'm like, yeah, I'm free. I'm down. Because, I always, growing up as a kid, always watched Spen and Karizma, YouTube videos and whatnot. And I actually structure how I play around them sometimes. Those guys do a lot of tricks and just have fun and just in the moment. So, that's what I like to do. I'm in the moment. You catch me sometimes, I might just be zoned out. That's what I tend to do a lot.
You sure zoned out tonight.
Yeah.
So how does it feel being in the business with somebody you look up to who's pretty much a mentor to you?
It's awesome because, at times I can just go to him, my dad, and just ask questions, or I can go to like the OGs like Spen or Tommy or whoever else, and they'll just be like, look, maybe you should try this, maybe you should try that, and I always have access to something that I may not have access to on my time.
Right.
Those guys give a different perspective on things, being that they've been in the industry for so long, and I've been in the industry for a short period of time, but it's been a long time.
So you can teach them something just as well as they taught you.
Right.
Because you're the new kid on the block.
Yeah, new kid on the block. And I always tell them that, just because I'm new, I can always get my input on things from time to time. And they be like, you got a point. I'm like, yeah, because I'm new, I tend to go through the same things you guys go through, and I guess you guys forget. Then as you're a little older, a little bit wiser.
Right.
I take more risks now that I'm younger, but it's always good to have that connection and time with somebody.
What record do you put on to get the people out on the dance floor?
Oh man. See, I'm an old head at heart. A record that I definitely like to play is a record done by Teddy Pendergrass. You can't hide from yourself.
Okay.
I like to throw in a little old mixture because once that that kick hits, you feel it, and it's like, oh man. And being that I'm young, a lot of people kind of cross out the fact that I still have an old soul.
Right.
So that you can't hide, and then boom, it's just like, oh my God, this kid, what is he doing?
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
didn't expect it.
Right.
So how did you get your old soul mixed into the music?
If I had to answer, I definitely would tell you. I guess it kind of just grew on me over time. You know, because I grew within house. You know, that's all I really, you know, knew growing up. You know, shouts out to my dad, Pope, DJ Pope, and then my uncle, DJ OG. You know, they had the label Posey Records, and that's what my fundamental background of house is basically structured around. So, you know, when it comes to house, and my old soul, I guess that's where you can say I got it from in a sense. But I eventually ventured out and did some digging on my own. You know, a lot of people don't know that when it comes to my dad, I would, you know, sneak around in his record collection. You know, and just pick a record a day and just educate myself in, you know, music. And then my love for music eventually grown over time.
Dad pretty much sowed that seed into
Yeah, definitely.
And now it's the harvest.
Yup. And then I just took it and took off.
Awesome. So, do you travel?
Yes, I do travel. Right now, within the U.S. and the DMV area, I go up to Jersey every summer for a festival up there. I'm actually booked for another festival in Jersey this year. Once I get the full details, that'll definitely be out. I do a lot of festivals down here in Baltimore. This past summer, me and my dad did Afram. Then after that, we did the original House Here Reunion, which is a festival run by my dad and OG. Also sponsored by Baltimore City Parks and Recs. I went back up to Jersey, did a festival up there in Orange Park. As of right now, it's just a lot in the East Coast area, but we do eventually plan to head out to like the West Coast, Midwest, places like Chicago, Atlanta, LA.
So with all that's going on with the youth right now, our young black men, is there any advice you can give as far as, you know, becoming an entrepreneur and getting into your passion versus hanging out on the streets?
Right. Okay, I'm glad that you asked. You know, being that I'm 23, I turned 23 today.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Another birthday!
Thank you. A lot of my friends, well, I'm not going to say a lot, but there's been a couple of my friends that, you know, weren't blessed enough to make it to that 23rd birthday. But what I can say is always stay true to yourself. And if that's something that you're very passionate about, stick with it. And even if it's just a little bit a day, you know, put something towards that goal. That way it'll grow and excel over time. And then you might even, you know, surprise yourself with the outcome. You know, it takes baby steps.
Yeah, because you're going to definitely have a younger generation looking up to you.
Definitely.
You know, hopefully others are looking at you as a positive influence and can, you know, come in and dance it off instead of shooting it off.
Yes.
We thank you for coming tonight.
Thank
How
you.
can you be reached?
You can reach me on Facebook at Jordan Pope. You can reach me on Instagram at DJ Jordan Pope 21. And I also have a Mixcloud, Jordan Pope.
Thank you, Jordan Pope, for coming to visit with us tonight.
Thank you.
Wonderful interview. Hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you too.
Keep pushing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. DJ Burnstein, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming to Her Epiphany. Tonight we had a wonderful event. How'd you enjoy it?
I enjoyed myself. I mean, it was a dope party, a lot of energy, a lot of dope DJs, a lot of good music. I mean, house music is always something that like makes you feel good, get you dancing, get your energy up, get your blood boiling, the bass beat in your gut, you know.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business as far as DJing since the age of 18.
Wow.
I've been producing since around 94.
Okay.
I've been producing hip hop, house, R&B. I work with Diamond, you know, a little bit on a remix joint, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember when Diamond was in the record store at West Side Shopping Center.
Yeah, those were the days,
Yeah,
right?
they was definitely the days. Yeah.
So how's it DJing after COVID?
Well, you know, COVID really hit the party scene hard. You know, after COVID, it took a while to ramp stuff up because you know you still had the mask and everything.
Right.
But now everything is on and popping right now. You know, everything
Back in
open back up. I mean, some of the venues that were around before COVID aren't around anymore. But you know, other venues have jumped in to take its place, like this spot right here. Kade's done a wonderful job with opening this spot up to like the music scene, whether it be hip hop, house, you know, jazz, spoken word. A lot of stuff happens in this spot right
A lot of
here.
opportunities.
Yeah.
So have you performed here before?
Yeah, actually, the latter part of last year and latter part of last year. I was gonna say coming into this year, but we cut it off in November. Me and DJ Biscuit was doing a Friday night monthly event here for about like 6 months. But then I started to get some gigs out of the country. Went to London. I just came back from Japan. So I told him let's give it a break. But I think when the weather break around the spring, we're gonna jump it back off.
So you're international.
I'm getting to be international. I just had my first couple of gigs out the country, so I'm getting there.
How's it feel? Like living in different cultures?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get to feel the differences between the house scenes. You know, the house scene here in the U.S. Actually, the house scene here in Baltimore, as compared to the house scene in London or the house scene over in Japan. You know, I was in Tokyo, Kobe, and Osaka, and like each one of them has a different little feel to it. So you know, you get outside the country, you really get to see, you know, what's going on and how your music affects, you know, other nationalities and other cultures, and that's dope. I mean, music is universal, you know.
Yes.
But you really don't get to see that until you get out into the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Your territory.
Yeah.
So, do you have any events coming up soon?
Well, this is my birthday week.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, my birthday is Thursday. So on the 11th, which is actually after my birthday, I got a couple of events. I'm doing a birthday brunch at Avenue Kitchen over on 36th Street.
Okay.
It's going to be a brunch from 11 to 4. Myself, DJ, Mr. Eclectic, whose event it really is, and also Charles Dawkins, who was a DJ producer here in Baltimore. And then later on that night, doing another event with DJ Cell and DJ Uzoma. It's called the Elevation of House. It's going to be over Caroline Street. That's going to be from 9 to 2. So, you know, if you out there and you like house music, you know, come through either one of those events. I'm going to be banging out.
Well, how can we get in contact with you and find out about these events, or, you know, if someone wants to know if you're going out the country and coming to visit, how can we contact you?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Kasper Burnstein. I'm on Twitter, Kasper Burnstein. I'm on TikTok, Kasper Burnstein. On Facebook, though, because you know Facebook be funny with the names.
Right.
I'm Ike Lee. I'm Ike Lee on Facebook, but I also have a Kasper Burnstein music page. But my main page, you know, for all the stuff that I really post to is under Ike Lee. But if you put in Kasper Burnstein, the Ike Lee page will still come up.
Do you do any DJing online or strictly?
Yeah, I know I'll be on Twitch. I put mixes up on Mixcloud. I'm actually thinking I'm going to go live on Twitch all this week just because it's my birthday.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do it. I haven't decided on whether I'm going to do that yet. Oh yeah, I'm definitely Diamond. No, I'm always posting on IG and Facebook. So yeah, I mean, if I'm going to go live on Twitch or whatever, I'm going to definitely have it up there, you know, give you a heads up. so you'll know how to tune in.
It was a wonderful time.
Oh, thank you. It was wonderful having you.
And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, you'll see me. You'll see
And
me.
enjoy your birthday.
Come out next week, you know.
We will, definitely.
Yeah. And I'm going to see y'all sometime later this week, too, because,
Okay.
you know, we're going to do the full-blown podcast thing.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Welcome. I'm Tina, your host, and we're sitting here with the legend, DJ Karizma.
How you doing?
Thank you for the interview. I saw you tonight. This is your passion.
Every day.
I mean, amazing.
Therapy for me. Yeah.
How long has it been therapy for you?
It's always been therapy. And, you know, like, right now I'm going through something. My mom is sick. I only get a couple hours to do music, so anytime I get to play or make music or play, it's therapy for me, and especially now.
Good health and getting well. How long have you been in the industry?
Since I was 13,
13. How old are you now?
be turning 53 a month.
Awesome. So how did you get into the career of being a DJ?
How I got into it, I guess, like anybody else, I just really love music. And one thing about being in church, because I was a church boy, is you notice the minister and how he has a way with the crowd. Same thing happens when a DJ plays music, and I used to see that. I used to be like, he is controlling these people with music. I want some of that. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I want some of that. Some kind of way I got to do that. And that was it. I just, pestered a lot of people and learned how to DJ. So that was it, and I kept to it, and, as long as I got breath, I'm doing music.
What is your biggest reward in being in the industry?
The relationships and friendships I have. I don't care about, the whole fame thing. That's not what it is for me. Everybody that I met across the water or, from city to city, I have families, multiple families. If I'm somewhere and I need to call somebody, I know somewhere I got somebody. Because, that's how it should be. And I have a really good relationship with a lot of the dancers. I used to dance. So, I attract a lot of dancers, and, that's what I make music too, that's what I make music for, the dancers actually.
So is dancing another passion of yours?
Yes. I just can't do it anymore.
Right.
Because what I would want to do would break me in two, so I stick to the boards.
It's okay.
I'm a two-stepper. Mm-hmm.
A two-step?
Mm-hmm.
So do you mentor anybody as far as becoming a DJ?
Yes. Well, not so much coming a DJ, but, I feel like if you want to do it, you should already be halfway meeting me. I shouldn't have to, beg you. You should already know the music you want and, have some type of direction, I have a guy that came out of Baltimore, a guy named Burnstein. I mentored him, and he's doing really well. I'm proud of him. There's also a really good friend of mine, Juliet Mendoza. She's from LA. She's doing really good. Another talented young guy, Kyle Hall, in Detroit. So these are all guys that I have, relationships with, and I'm really proud of them.
Awesome. So, what has been your main reason or being able to stay in the business for so long?
Sheer determination, because I cannot stop doing music.
I can't. I gotta do music.
To the day you die.
Yes. Like if I don't do it, I will lose my.
So how can we reach you?
You can reach me on let's see, Instagram, Karizma K-Tronic Official, and that's the best place to reach me. Anybody want to reach out to me or check out my music, you can check me out on there and also on Bandcamp.
Do you have any events coming up soon?
Yes, I'm doing something with Blue Angel.
Blue Angel.
Yes,
And
in March.
Blue Angel.
She's an up-and-coming DJ here, female DJ. I met her when she was around 13, and she has really blown up. So it's her 21st birthday. I get to play for her. So it's cool when stuff like that happens.
So will you be putting that on your website? This event?
Yes, it's already there. Anything you need to know about me is up on my Instagram.
Okay, well, it was nice interviewing you.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you well, your mom good health, and have a wonderful night. We enjoyed you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you feel, bro? You feel good? So much bone brother. How you feel, man? Look at him. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have
The man and the lady of the night, Miss Kelly and DJ Spen. Welcome.
Thank you.
This is Her Epiphany. I'm Tina. And
Thanks for
I'm
having
glad
us.
to meet you guys tonight.
Glad to
this
meet
was
you
a
too.
wonderful event for the house, for the love of house. So how'd you guys come up with this event?
So, we've had this record label for 10 years, and in 2019 we started doing events.
Okay.
He travels all over the world, DJing, doing parties for other people. And I said, we need to do something for our own community.
Right.
We're both from Baltimore. And so in 2019, we did our first big event. And it was just fun. It was amazing. We had a great time. And so from there, we just said, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing stuff for our own community. So here we are.
So is it difficult being, having a husband that's in the music industry?
Well, you could say that. You could say that. But we've been together 22 years, married 20.
Congratulations.
So it's kind of thank you. So
a beautiful thing.
we kind of pros at this thing now, but he travels a lot. But it's about mutual respect, and we're friends. We're really good friends.
We are. I think that's the key to it, and ultimately, I respect what she brings to the. Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting thing that she brought to what it is that we do. Because if it was just up to us, we'd just be doing music, producing records, and that kind of a thing. But she actually enhanced the business
They
side
say a
of
woman
it.
enhance.
Yeah.
She absolutely did that. So she came in with the ideas, and when the pandemic hit, all of us, we were flying home from LA, and I'll never forget. We're flying home from LA, and she says, you're going to be DJing online. I said, what? DJing where? And next thing you know, I'm DJing online, and I'm getting into the whole streaming aspect of it. And the next thing we're doing parties, and then blah blah, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
So COVID actually brought you guys growth.
Oh yeah. I think with COVID, when we were flying back from LA, we didn't know what we were. I had been overseas, and he had actually come over there to get me and bring me back because we were kind of worried about things. And we started hearing, the schools are closing and everything. And they were saying, oh, it's only 2 weeks. And you could tell everybody was scared. It was like you're getting texts, you're watching the news, and they're like, what is this thing? China, and everybody's getting sick. And I said to him, you need to encourage the people. You have a gift. And we know that you're not going anywhere for at least the next few. We thought it was a few weeks. And I said, so let's do, you need to do a stream. So the first thing I said was, okay, you're going to do, what was the first thing we did, the Thursday one? What was it called?
Throwback Thursday.
No,
or
I
something.
can't even remember. But
I don't know.
But then I said, you know what? Because he also does inspirational house music. So I said, you need to go live on Sundays, and you need to do the Pandemic Praise Party. He said, the Pandemic Praise Party? I said, yes. People are scared of this thing.
Right.
I said, and that music you play, you know, I've watched him in Spain, in Italy, in Switzerland, in Europe, in countries where people don't even speak the language, but they hear the positive message. And I've seen people on the dance floor crying, asking him, can you pray for me? Do you really believe in God? Well, you know, how are you positive? And can you help me? So I know that through what he does, that's a gift, and and it brings hope, and people feel good. So I said, people need that. So let's do this Pandemic Praise Party.
So do you think that COVID has brought change to your type of music?
Yes, but I think that what it's done in general is what it reminds me of, to be honest with you, is like that period during like the late 60s and the 70s, you know, where you had that, you know, where you had the Vietnam War was going on, and then you had all of this good music all of a sudden came out of this period. You know, Marvin Gaye did What's Going On. You got everybody talking about, you know, the socially conscious thing. That's what's happened now. And house music, exactly. And what's going on with house music is that because house music is so it just has no borders, you know.
Right.
It reaches so many people, it breaks so many barriers, breaks so many languages. It just brought people to the sound. So guys that weren't even doing house music, now doing house music.
Right.
Guys that weren't playing house music, now playing house music. And, you know, gospel house music, so many of them. So I think in the grand scheme of things, it's like Kelly said, I think the music in general is giving people hope. And I think that is a very important aspect of house music, period.
What do you credit your longevity to in this business?
I honestly believe that God put me on the planet to do this. I think that, you know, whatever you decide to do, whatever God's giving you the talent to do, if you figure that out and you walk in that, you're going to be nothing but successful. And trust me, I've had my ups and downs and around the turn. You know, I've even at one point when I first got married to her, I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's just not sustainable. It won't sustain us. But you know, God's always kind of got me back on track. And you know, and now when God told me, well, when she told me, she came to me. She says, God told me I'm supposed to help you do this. I say what? I said, okay. So God and I had a nice long conversation that night. Like, dude, really? Husband and wife? Come on. She's my wife. Now you wanted to be in business with me? So, but it has been nothing but a blessing. It really has. And I love that so much.
Right. So I hear you both saying that God plays a big part in your career, in your passion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you
And
guys
that's
put him first?
in everything. And that's one of the things I really respect about him. And I think he had to get to a place where, you know, this life, you know, he travels the world with some big names that a lot of people know, you know, and the money's there, and sometimes the other things there too, alcohol, drugs, and the wildlife and all of that. And one of the things he had to grow into is being confident in who he is and not being ashamed of that. Right. And so he will go into a club and just be himself, whether he's in Japan, whether, you know, no matter where he is. And I remember one time we were in Chicago, and he was playing, he was doing his normal thing, but then he started getting into this little gospel house set, you know, just a few songs. And this lady handed me a napkin, and she said, tell him to stop playing God's music in this place or I'm going to leave. And I turned around and looked at her, and I just wrote her back, well, you might as well pack up your stuff. He's not going to stop, because this is who he is. Yes. And he takes it. And the Bible talks about that. I mean, everything that have breath, praise. It's not like you have to go to church to praise or be grateful. You know, God will meet you wherever you are, even on a dance floor, when you're at your weakest and your most desperate moment.
Amen.
And so I'm so amazed by him that he's confident enough to bring that message. You know, people might be right there doing drugs, but he still will tell them, God loves you, and I'm here, and I'm here to support you. And so I just, I'm always blown away by that. And
I
so
love seeing you being his biggest cheerleader. I saw you get up on that
yeah,
stage.
so the thing is this. So he always plays a few songs that he knows that is going to get me going. And one of them is Stevie Wonder. It was our first song, dance at our reception. And so there's a couple of songs that he knows I'm going to get up there. And I do it. And the people now, they know I always get up on the stage and dance.
So that goes to my next question. I was going to ask you, what song do you play to get the people out on the dance floor?
So he's really good at watching the dance floor. He knows what people are going to play. I mean, what people are going to dance to.
Yeah,
and you just watch them, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, every scenario is a little bit different. If I'm playing with somebody, that changes things. Karizma's so good. It's like, okay, well, what do I do?
You guys were a beat
They are
tonight.
so wonderful together.
Awesome.
They really
Oh
are.
my goodness.
And they're very much in tune.
Very good.
If
Yes.
you watch them, I was putting together some old video footage, and when you watch them, they don't really communicate very much at
Karizma
all.
was like this the whole
Yeah,
time.
they don't even, but it's like they don't have to. They're so in sync.
Right.
And sometimes
You
you
can
see them
feel it.
glance
It's
at
the
each
vibe.
other, and just that glance, they're telling each other they're going to change a song or whatever they're getting ready
Right.
to do. But I've seen other people to DJ together, and they're counting, and they're like really talking, like, what are we going to do next? They don't do any of that. They just flow.
so
And
graceful.
it's so amazing to
Right.
watch.
Yeah, it was a good night. And, we haven't done that since 2019, since summer of 2019.
Well, y'all played in Baltimore for a little bit. But
Well,
you
we
and-
did
you
that,
had
but we were
Teddy.
with
You had-
Teddy,
you
which
had
is
a
which
third
is a
person,
totally different
vibe.
dynamic. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's totally different. But
Yeah.
I mean, the
The
thing
two
about
of
doing
you,
it with
yeah.
Karizma, it's almost like like you said, we don't even think about it. We don't rehearse it. We don't talk about it. I'm just like, okay.
Right.
And I'm the guy that wants to rehearse, but he was like, no, we don't want to do it. But
So he brings something out of you that you like.
he does.
Right.
Charisma pushes my creativity, my creative side. If sometimes I can get into and I like it because I can get into a mode, and then it's like okay, you sort of know
It's
what's
the
going
energy.
on, right? But Charisma's like, nope, let's do something else. and it's like, okay,
So how
all
long
right.
have you two been playing together?
Oh man. Well, before we were playing together, we produced a lot of records together at
Right.
Basement Boys. So from I guess the mid '90s till about 2000, we were literally like we would wake up and treat it like it was an 8-hour job. I would wake up, I'd pick them up, we go to the studio, we'd be there at 9, and we work from like 9 till 6, 7, or 8 o'clock every single weekday. So I think we kind of got to know each other from that, and then next thing I knew, he went his way, I went my way. He started doing parties. I started doing parties. The next thing you know, we decided that we were going to do this thing together. And I don't remember what happened, but we all of a sudden started DJing together, and it just went.
Viral.
It was like we were making records talk to each other. It was weird. It was
So
weird
how does
in
it
a great
feel
way.
sharing him with someone else, not just the music?
With everybody, really.
Right, right.
It's that piece took a minute because
Right.
I'm a Leo. If you haven't noticed, I have a very strong personality.
and
Leos can be, they're lions and they're
Right.
territorial.
Right.
And so when I met him and we started traveling, it was one thing to be here. And, I know the people. I grew up in a nightclub. My family, my uncle owned Odell's, and I grew up in a nightclub with, in that life.
Mm-hmm.
But when we started going on the road, when I traveled with him, and people were, oh, can I get your autograph? And they would hand me the camera. Can you take a picture? And it took me a minute to say, okay, and
adjustment.
people love him. But he's good at balancing, and I do make sure he's balanced. Family is family.
Right.
And so that's work, and work is personal to him because work is people. Right. So it's hard to cut it off, but he's gotten really good at, and we try to make people understand that he still has a family, he still has a life. And I have respect for, in his own way, he's a celebrity. When we go places, I told a story, we were in London one time, and he had done this big club in London. And it was like 4 or 5 in the morning, and we were in a market that was open overnight. So this guy kept walking back and forth past me. He was in another aisle, and I said, oh, this is going to be awkward. This guy is going to come up to me, and I'm with my husband. So I go to the row where he is, and a guy comes towards me. And I said, oh, this is going to be awkward. The guy walks right past me and runs up to him and says, are you DJ Spen? And he's like so excited. And then he just hurries up, can you sign this? And then he gives me his phone. Please, can you take a picture? So I told my girlfriends, I said, oh, all this time I thought I was cute and this guy was coming to talk to me. And he was really, he wanted to talk to my husband. Right. And I think just letting people, you know, when you see on TV, like people following celebrities and stuff, it's like, give the people a break. Right. And so he's, you know, good at saying, you know, not right now, you know, I'm with my wife or whatever. But I do have to share him with the world, especially when I'm traveling with him. Even here at the parties, you know, everybody wants to talk to him. And that's just, I mean, this is his gift. Right. So who is he not to share the gift that God gave him?
You just become just as famous as me now. Everybody wants to see you.
Well, people didn't know me until the pandemic. Right. So
they know you now.
Before the pandemic, I was behind the scenes, and I was fine with being there. But when the first time he did a live stream, he knew nothing about it. I knew more because I'm an online junkie. Right. So I knew more about, like, you know, streaming and the chats. He didn't know anything about any of it.
So you actually taught him more.
I researched it.
Oh, for sure.
We got the cameras. At first, I was his light person. I had the lights. I bought all of the stuff. And then he had a hard time following the chat. And I was telling him, online, people want to interact. You got to call their names and shout them out.
Have you got more fans through?
Oh, my goodness.
I think so, yeah.
Yes. So many fans.
Yeah,
and he knows them. He knows them by name
for
now.
sure. Yeah, the growth was... It was amazing. So I think in the grand scheme of things, the pandemic really did it, you know, where a lot of guys kind of fell off. You had a whole, you know, generation of people that just wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But I think it really helped the whole entire business to flourish.
Mm-hmm. So do you guys have any events coming up soon?
Well,
hope not.
So we last year, December ended our 10-year celebration. We were celebrating 10 years of our record label. Thank you. So we ended in November?
It was
November with a celebration at a big club in London.
Okay.
And we did London, and that wore us out.
Is that the one I saw streaming on the...
Probably.
Maybe.
Oh, yes. So we finished. So we did our big festival in October, and then we went to our festival was here. Then we went right to London and did that party. And then we said we need a break and get through the holidays and reset. But we knew we wanted to do a Spen and Karizma event, and so we did that. We want to come back with our festival, and that's for our people. That's for Baltimore.
So would that be this year?
That would be this year in September or October.
Hopefully September. So we'll see where that goes. We may have a little surprise for people if it works out.
We might partner with someone else,
which might actually be big, but. Yeah, I mean, we've got...
and you've got New York, we've got the boat, we're going to do a boat party.
Oh, we are? I thought you said we wanted...
I was thinking about it, but come on.
See, so is that before September?
Yes,
yes,
that's going to be before, that's going to be in April or May.
Yeah, and then we have...
the party in D.C.
Yeah, so there's DC and House of Yes, which is going to be...
New York.
Which is going to be July 15th. I forgot to tell you.
So,
is that House of Yes?
Yes, there's a place called House of Yes in New York.
Okay.
He is celebrating 40 years of DJing this year.
We got all these celebrations going on.
It's a lot.
Several
and
of
she likes to celebrate everything.
So we got like a logo. We got everything for it. So
you've made a lot of accomplishments.
That's right. So a lot of the clubs are hosting us for this 40 years of DJ Spen celebration.
Congratulations.
So we'll be doing that the rest of the year.
Some things are coming, so.
Please keep us posted.
We
will.
We definitely will.
And how can everyone reach you guys?
So they can reach us. We have a website, which is our label is QuantizeRecordings.com.
Right.
Then you have a website, DJSpen.com.
Yeah, DJSpen.com.
And we're on. We just got on TikTok. Now this is crazy because he was anti-social media, and I said you gotta get on TikTok. So we want to hear some feedback from people. Like, what do you want to see?
Yeah, what should we do? I don't even know.
So we've been putting up a few things, but he's going to do some show and insight into how he produces
So
music.
are you just DJing on TikTok, or are you creating different
I'm gonna do
videos?
some
He's gonna
crazy
do some,
stuff
he's
on
gonna
TikTok.
do some
I
DJing,
think.
and
Yeah.
he's going to show how he
Yeah, we gonna
produces
see.
music, how he
gonna
makes
see.
the
We gonna
songs,
see.
how he start, from start to finish.
Right.
So we're gonna try some things for sure.
Well, I'm so excited for you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate
Thank you for
letting me
having
do
us.
this interview.
Thank
This
you.
is Her Epiphany. Have a wonderful night and
You too.
be blessed.
You too. Thank you.
All right.